artifacts hold power. That ought to liven things up. More brimstones. You were once.
What's up, boyo?
That ought to liven things up.
You've met your distant relatives by now.
Divine protection. Damn you. I'll run you through. God's grant me strength.
Sean's not here, Zane. I'm sorry. He doesn't love you enough. That's why he's not here.
Alright.
No, he can't be that cool. He's out in California, Zane. It's so hot there. Nyek, nyek, nyek. I forget, Zane. I feel like you weren't one of the people who was interested in this game. And yet here you are.
Master Chaos. You should know I have located her already. Though where she is, I cannot.
It's good to know that you have been in contact.
Let's see, what do I want here? Yeah, let's go with attack buff. More attack damage is always good. I didn't even see what the downside was. I just want attack damage. If you're not constantly playing as a glass cannon whenever you do anything, then what's even the point? Besides, I've got some defense.
Something for the
Oh yeah, okay, so it's blocking me from seeing where I'm going. So it doesn't matter. This is great stuff all around. Once we break the armor, it's really not so bad. I think I need to find a way to incorporate this overlay into more things in my life, because I don't particularly like streaming, but I really am a big fan of this overlay. And I kind of just want it in my life at all times. I was saying, watch out, this is some risque shit. Oh, that's what you're here for. You were attracted by the hot demigods. Fuck it, yeah, 50% attack damage, yes. Doesn't matter, go wherever. Yeah, well, getting a little mini boss. So whatever the reward is, it'll probably be at least okay. There we go. And there we go. It's a Artemis boon. That's pretty good. We want that. Those are all pretty okay. But we're going to go with the crit chance. Still blocked on there.
My boon from Master Chaos has evolved.
Come on, Zane, we gotta treat it just like we're recording something. You say some stuff, I'll play off of you, we'll get into some shenanigans. It'll be great, just you and me. Except this time we're separated by a hefty lag of chat.
Right.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'll take what's mine.
You shall pay for that.
This run's already a bit of a wasted run because I fucked up with my equipment before even starting it. So it's really not that big a deal.
I can't.
A little bit extra spending cash won't hurt afterwards. Oh boy, 3 whole viewers. Maybe 1 Matthew, 1 Hunter, and 1 Zany. Who knows? Because they won't say anything in the goddamn chat. The only way I know that they're here is if they get in there and they smash that motherfucking subscribe button, and they give me a little chatter.
I see. Sure, why not?
I'll do a little bit of fishing for them, give them the good shit. I think the fishing minigame in this is really, really bad because it always just does that flash whenever you need to catch it. So there's really very little skill involved with it. Like you still get the, the little normal like dippy bobber thing that you get in any good fishing minigame, getting a little bit of rumble action on the controller, but it's just, there's never any reason not to just wait for the flash. I don't think I've ever failed a fishing minigame in this. Definitely failed some fishing minigames in the grander sense. Ooh, fuck. Got trapped on. Okay, run is not going fantastically so far, as I'm just kind of getting currency. Which is not going to help me finish. Which is not going to help me win in any capacity. It's just going to make me stronger afterward, which is really not what I need. I have most of the really good upgrades at this point. I don't really need darkness anymore. But there are a couple things that I can build towards, and I'm getting extra darkness anyway just for using this particular weapon. Yeah, I'll take an extra 20% attack damage out of those choices. And still no great options. So we're going to go see my boy Sisyphus as he rolls his mighty rock.
Hey, Your Highness, anything the matter?
Sisyphus may be one of the few people in here who's not just completely smoking hot. But he definitely looks like he has a huge dick.
Why are you helping?
He's all stocky like that. Sisyphus is he's a sturdy kid. He's a sturdy lad. Let's see, what do we want? I'll take money, actual money. And here we go, a chance to spend it, and see what I can get. Hermes boon, Dionysus boon, and health.
Should help keep me going.
Yeah, attack speed, fuck it, this run does not matter. Let's see what old Dionysus has to offer me. Cast bullshit, don't care. Damage resistance, and fuck it, nectar. Can always use some more nectar, especially when the other options are that bad.
Also amplified one of my boons.
Let's go kill us a harpy. Matt, you silly goose. I'm playing on my couch. I don't have a face cam. If I had a desk, I'd have a face cam, but not while I'm just on the couch.
You know, I think I'd rather fight you to the death again than...
I don't know what you're up to, Zagreus.
There's no good way to position it. It would just be, nothing good's gonna come of that. Sean can have his face cam. That's his edge. I've got a sick overlay. Ooh, let's get out of the way of that. Excuse me. Pardon me. This is Megara. She is the player characters, one of the player characters. Ex-flames. They definitely be fucking at some point. One of the things about this game is everyone's kind of just fucking everyone. There's a lot of fucking going on. And, yeah. Sorry, Matt. I haven't put Bob on. You can tell how much focus I'm really paying attention to this boss fight, as I do have time to still look over at chat and see what you've got to say. I know I directly called out not having Bob, but I forgot to go and put him on still. Didn't mess with the overlay anymore. What I need is that sick Nabisco sponsorship. That's what I'm really after. That's what I need to feel whole. Well, I've already fucked this run up, so I'm just gonna try to do some other shit. Upgrade some other shit. I don't want to sell anything, and none of that's good, so just moving right along.
Next floor.
I always have time to look at the chat, Matt, because that's what it's all about, you know? It's about you, the viewer. That's what's important. They're my lifeblood. That's why I have all 4 of these followers. I would die for any one of them. But I can't see who they are. So unfortunately, I won't be put in that position. But that being said, if any Nabisco executives would like to become followers, they're the ones I'm really after. Like, these 4 followers, I care a lot about them, but they're not really helping me get that paper. They're not helping me with that grind at all. Not really doing anything for me. Not giving me any bits. I don't know what bits do, but I want them. Oof. So I'm particularly bad at this area of the game because I like to pretty much madly dash about whenever I'm playing, and it very often results in me landing in the lava and taking damage, which is very much less than ideal. So I have to try to not end up in there. If I touch it briefly like so, I can kind of like hop off without taking any damage, but if I spend really any more than that, I will. Oh god, he's pogging. He's just pogging up a storm, this fool. Matt, you were wondering about this game. You should get it. You like a good roguelite. It's a pretty fun one. It's one of those games where every single build can kind of just feel like you're breaking the game a little bit. If you're applying like even an ounce of kind of focus. Let's see, spin attack, dash strike. Yeah, sure. Yeah, because I do a lot of dash strikes. Oof, that reduced range is not fantastic, though. 147 is enough money to accomplish in these. We'll go and get a little bit more darkness. Ooh, and it's a fucking free room. Great choices. Have a gun? Yes, actually. There's both a bow, which I know you're gonna say is a cop out on a gun, but there's also just a straight up assault rifle that you can get. It's one of the weapons I like quite a bit. I'll switch to it after this so you can check it out. It's pretty fun. I'm using the spear right now, which I have not made very much progress with, so I can still unlock some stuff with it without needing to get too far in the game. It's got a cool like charge up spin move like that. You can also throw it and bring it back, kind of like the Leviathan axe from that there God of Boy. But I think I like the spear more than the base sword. Let's see. Yeah, fuck it. More attack damage. You get diminishing returns on everything as you begin to upgrade those. So I don't super kind of want to just go all in on one thing. All that sucks for me. Okay, so Aphrodite boon, Athena boon, or an Artemis boon. We're gonna go with Athena boons. Athena, well, like that little like kind of reflective, the shields that are around me when I'm doing the dash there. That's one of the Athena boons, and it makes it so whenever I dash, it gives me deflect while I'm dashing, which now that the reduced range is of less usefulness, but it's still pretty good. All of Athena's things have to do with reflecting damage, so some of these other options might be something like, it makes it so my special will get a reflect element, or when I charge up my attack, I can reflect damage. We'll see what it does.
See you next time.
Let's see, cast can deflect. Deflect makes foes exposed, and then just a 10% damage resistance. I'm gonna go with that because I'm not thrilled with those other ones. I almost never use the cast feature, except when I'm right here, just fishing, as you should on a good Friday night. Work week's over, getting ready for the weekend. It's time to do some fishing.
Come on out.
Got a slaw bug. And keys. So keys are the worst possible thing I could get from a room. They're good in the early game as they let you kind of like unlock more abilities. But I'm at the point where I have no use for them, so in order to really have them be worth anything, I need to exchange like 5 or 6 of them. So they are something I really want to avoid from a room if at all possible. But sometimes it's just not an option. You gotta play the hand I'm dealt. Such is life with roguelikes. Life with roguelikes, of course, the spin-off or the licensed tie-in game for Life with Derek. Sean is not watching this, so that joke is going to fall on some deaf motherfucking ears. Doing pretty good on this run, so I'm just gonna opt to do this little challenge to get a little bit extra darkness. Don't need darkness that much, as I've mostly gotten the upgrades that I want, but I'm doing all right, so I might as well go for it. Using this weapon for this run is getting me 20% extra darkness, so it's somewhat worthwhile for me to go for the stuff. 192 is still not a lot of money, so I'm going to go for the Hermes boon instead, see if I can maybe fix up my dash a little bit after having it hindered so badly. Let's see what I can do here. Cast, nope. That's a pretty good one. Then money, anytime you go in a chamber, is pretty good this early in the game. Man, I can't tell if that Recore comment is supposed to be patronizing or not. Also, I don't remember that much about Recore anymore. I remember that it's grossly disappointing. So anyway, we're getting to the second boss of the run. It's the Bone Hydra. This very much like not Rogue Legacy, like a Nuclear Throne. The bosses are always kind of in the same order. You always do the Fury first. You do the Bone Hydra after that. Then it is the Heroes, and then Hades at the very, very end. However, you can get little variants of them that will behave slightly differently, but it's still pretty much just these bosses, which is a little bit of a disappointment. I wish it had some more boss variety. I don't think that the boss fights in this are particularly thrilling. I think the minute-to-minute's a lot more fun, just the individual chambers, but it's okay. It's really not that big a deal. It's not an atrocious boss by any means, but they're just not that interesting of bosses. Hades, except for Hades. Hades is a very, very fun fight. It really tests everything. It's pretty fucking challenging. And I like it a lot. Bone Hydra and Furies more or less aren't anything. Bone Hydra is, I would even say, easier than the first area boss. But moving right along.
Enjoy your magma bath.
I know it sounds like I'm complaining, but even a bad boss in this just is pretty okay, as Zagreus just feels good to move at all times. Let's see here. I don't think I want to sell anything. I actually like most of my stuff pretty decently. I'm getting some good moons this run. This can spawn a Chaos Gate, which will get me a potentially really good buff, but it's going to cost 55 gold. But fuck it, let's do it. I think this will like guarantee me a Chaos Gate in the next room, where I can pay a little bit of life, go into the Chaos Gate, and then all of the things relating to Chaos are like, we're going to give you this debuff for the next few rooms, but then you're going to get a big buff at the end of it. But it can sometimes end with something mediocre and just really not worth it, so let's see what we get. I also just like Chaos a lot. I think Chaos looks cool. I like being around Chaos. Let's see, next 3 encounters take way more damage from traps, and then get a huge amount of backstab damage. Dash has even less range, no thank you. Ooh, that'll fuck me up, and that's not that good a word, so I guess we're gonna go with the backstab damage. Not the worst thing. Like, you kind of just inadvertently end up getting a lot of backstabs, especially when using something like the spear and when you're just kind of dashing about like I am. But Elysium is where things really kind of start to knock up a notch in difficulty. Not only are there a lot more kind of deadly traps, but the enemies, most of the enemies will, other than these casters, let's see if any of them show up, will kind of like be able to regenerate themselves, which is a tad tricky if you leave them alone for too much time. Here, like some, oh fuck, these shield guys. So they'll turn to these like little orbular, fiery dudes, and then I have to kill them before they have an opportunity to reform themselves. Okay, these hammers are pretty much the best thing that you can possibly get. You maybe only get 2, 3 at most of them a run. Oh boy, and my boyfriend shows up. This is Zagreus' boyfriend, Thanatos. Keeping with the trend, he's hot as shit. He'll show up from time to time, and then my objective is I have to kill more enemies than he does for this encounter. I, once again, don't think I have ever failed one of these. It's obscenely easy to do. Like, as you can see, I've already got a 5 enemy lead on him, and he just does not get anything done quickly. But then he'll give me a little bit of extra boon, so it's a good thing that he should have, because he's, again, it's basically a free, not boon, but a free upgrade, or a free piece of enhancement. Did just take a shit ton of damage from that trap, though, so I'm taking 300% damage from traps right now, so that wasn't great. Health is an insanely valuable resource in this game, so you really want to try avoid losing it, and I realize that that kind of goes without saying for a lot of games, but in this one, it's incredibly important. Let's see, attack has more range and deals more damage to distant foes. I never really use my specials, so those are almost immediately useless, so we're going to go with the extension. So it's like, oh yeah, that's some decent range on it, and because I beat Than, oh, I get an opportunity to talk with him. This has a really neat system where you will earn nectar just kind of throughout random rooms or by trading up for it, and you can then give it to every single one of the NPCs to progress your relationship with them, and as you do that, you'll get new upgrades, but you'll get more like character backstory and have little story beats with them, which is one of the reasons I keep saying this is really, really narrative driven. Like it is, like most Supergiant games, it's super duper well written. The voice acting and everything's super duper good, which you're not going to be hearing a whole lot of while I'm talking over this. But it's compelling stuff. Like that's one of the main reasons I'm coming back to it. Other than that, again, it just feels really good to play at all times. Like even I don't think I've ever had a build so crappy that I wasn't still having fun. This is Charon. He runs the shop. This right here is a random boon or a random god's boon for a slightly reduced price. We're gonna gamble and go for that. It's an Aphrodite boon, not great, but whatever. Aphrodite, buck-ass naked, gotta love that. Ooh, and okay, so this is actually one of the better things that could happen. Because I've already got some Aphrodite boons and I've already got some Athena boons, they're willing to give me like a little unite boon here. So now whenever fuck, it's a cast. I think I just don't do casts. So any cast will now have any bonuses I get for backstab. So I'll get a 35% backstab damage. Well, it's really nice to have that. Aphrodite's 8 is really more useful, but this... we'll see if I can maybe make this work. Pomegranate lets me upgrade something. We'll just up our critical rate, and then I'll get a little bit of food since I kind of took some damage there. So options here, another Aphrodite boon or a Dionysus boon. And between those two, I'm willing to go Aphrodite since I've already kind of gotten in with her a little bit. It really does help to go in on a select few, or go deep on a select few gods as opposed to going wide. As you rack up like boons of the same god, you will eventually get access to like their super duper good ones at the end. Zeus is the main one I usually go for, but I fucked up the beginning of this run and forgot to take his like totem that makes him show up more. So since I fucked that up, this whole run has just kind of been improvising, but it's actually going incredibly well despite me really not being prepared for it. So let's see what my options are. Okay, reduced damage, just 15% damage reduction is good. Life, those are actually all pretty okay, but we're just going to go with the 15% damage reduction. Can't go wrong with that. Between keys or darkness, we're going to go with darkness, as again, keys are borderline useless to me. Oh, I'm also, my thing from Chaos has ended, so I'm no longer taking that additional damage from traps, fortunately. And traps are it's kind of like environmental hazards. They work on enemies as well, which I'm a huge fan of anytime a game will let you do that. But it's not an insignificant amount of damage that you take from them. Let's see, store or life upgrade. I don't have that much money, so we're going life upgrade. No, Sean, I absolutely did see your joke. Much like Zach, I choose to try to ignore them as it's just bad stuff. Zach had the right idea. Let's see. I'm also playing with a modifier right now that makes it so the first hit I do on any enemy is completely negated. Once you beat the game, you start unlocking these modifiers that you make the game harder with each one you put on, but it's the only way you can kind of keep earning some of the harder to earn currencies in the game, which you need to upgrade your different weapons. So each weapon has like its own kind of like difficulty you need to play on to get stuff. So because I haven't even beaten the game with the spear yet, it's really easy to do. So this room is where the gods are going to make me choose between which of these boons I want, and then whichever one I don't choose is going to help the enemies and try to kill me because the gods are fickle bitches. Not only have I been going decently deep with Aphrodite this run, so I'm going to pick her, but Aphrodite is one of the way harder ones to have to fight against. So I'm definitely going to go with her this time. And we'll just do bonus life gain, fuck it, because none of those other ones are good, and I'm not going to replace my dash effect. So now Dionysus is pissed. But if I can survive this, I will then get the Dionysus boon as well. So essentially like 2 boons for 1 room, which is a really, really good rate. Dionysus applies a dazed effect if you go with his route. So if I'm in any of those like little pools that are kind of forming on the ground there, that's going to damage me and apply a daze effect, which is not great but easy enough to avoid. Aphrodite's, if I had not chosen hers, for example, fires a homing heart that deals a decent amount of damage and really makes it hard to kind of play around. Okay, so now I get his thing. So I don't want the hangover because it'll replace something else that I do. So using a fountain restores all of that and gives me bonus damage. And that's, fuck it, I'll go with the fountain. Even though it's kind of late in the game, it's really not that good of a choice. Shop or extra health. I'm going to save my money. I don't have that much cash. So I'll go with the extra health. I kind of cut myself off when I was saying this earlier, but this is one of those kind of roguelikes where health is very much kind of the most important resource. Like, if you get to the end of the game and you've got low max health, you're kind of just going to eat it really, really fast.
Gentlemen.
I feel like Binding of Isaac is also a lot like that, where like it's super, super critical. Like, you don't get that much health in that. Whereas in like a Rogue Legacy, a Nuclear Throne, health is very much a resource. Like, it's not that big a deal if you get hit a bit. So this is the 3rd boss. These are the heroes. It's Theseus and the Minotaur. The Minotaur is a absolute hot dad. He has a fucking pompadour. He rules. Theseus will, as you can kind of see, be in the background. He's shooting a bow at me, and he has a shield. He's really annoying to fight, but it's kind of hard to kill him while the Minotaur is going about. So I pretty much will always try to kill the Minotaur first. My health is getting low, but it's not that big a deal, because you have one of the upgrades that you can get in this game are Death Defies, which make it so that I will restore some health back. So here, one of them is going to do it. I have 3 of these, and then there's an item that gives you a 4th one, but you can switch to that item midway through the run. So I just do that when I get to the last stage, and it's a pretty decent strategy. Sean, I'm not going to die. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to die here anyway. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die to Hades. So another thing about Theseus is he is, like, one of the major Greek heroes, is he will call on one of the gods to assist him. So in this case, it's Ares. Because again, the gods are fickle bitches. They'll help you one run, but then completely try to kill you the next. Theseus and the Minotaur are definitely harder than the 2 bosses that come before them, but they're still not that bad. Hades, I'm at the point with my ability in this game, kind of everything else I'm at, where Hades is the make or break of every single run.
Your stubbornness shall only bring you pain.
So we're going to go ahead and switch to... Oh, because I started with the tooth by mistake. Okay. That kind of sucks. So we're going to take Hypnosis Coin Purse, which is just going to give me 125 gold. Damn, that really sucks about the tooth. Oh well. That's why you check your builds before you go off and do your run.
I'm almost to the top.
Not a big deal. I started this run once I noticed that I did not intend to beat it. Oh boy, hiccups. I did not intend to beat it, so it's really no big deal. That 16 gold A chamber is really paying off in the long term, though. 450 is a pretty decent amount of gold. So after you beat Theseus and the Minotaur, you get to this stage where it is guarded by your pet doggo Cerberus, and then you get this series of rooms. In one of these rooms is an item that I have to give Cerberus to go past. I don't know which room it is, but getting to the end of the rooms will also give me whichever one of these rewards are there. There's also a Charon shop over here, which... I'm going to go with the Athena boon, even though it's really expensive. And these are all not fantastic. But I can get a replenish of my Death Defiance, so we're just going to go with that and hope that we do okay. So from here, I've got no way of knowing which one it's going to be, but I can, because of the skulls underneath those icons, I know that these rooms are going to be harder. They're all kind of like just gauntlet rooms. So I'm going to go for the health one first. It could potentially have the one with Cerberus in it, and whichever one has the item I need for Cerberus, it will heal me to full. So ideally speaking, I explore the maximum number of rooms before finding it. Like, I actually do not want to find it early because, again, it's all about getting the upgrades. But enemies in these tracks will infect you with poison, which does a lot of damage and not a lot of time. And what you have to do is you have to get over to one of these dryads hanging out in the jungle juice, and you got to drink the jungle juice, and that will cure you. So not only does it deal a decent amount of damage to you, but it disrupts your ability to fuck up enemies because you have to run over and drink jungle juice. God, that extended range is actually pretty fucking good. I'm always using dash strikes, so I don't get to really utilize it that much. Like, the triple dash strike is way more useful than the extended range normal attack is. It would have been really nice if it had extended the range of my normal attack 40% also, but oh well, we're doing alright. So this is like a laser gem. I want to get rid of those as quick as possible. I mean, you want to get rid of everything as quick as possible. That pretty much goes without saying. Okay, so there is not the item for Cerberus in this room. This is the last room in this track. So once I beat this, I will go back to that hub and go through a different one. This spawns all these little rats. The traps in this neck of the woods are also pretty good. Like, even the worst ones I can sometimes find myself getting slipped up on. Like, usually the traps are kind of just like a nuisance to avoid. Okay, shit, I got poisoned. Where's the jungle juice at? Ah, fuck. It's back there through the traps. That sucks. And poisoned again. There's no, like, limit to the jungle juice, so whenever you get poisoned, you can... Oh, shit, there's one right in the center of the arena. Wish I'd noticed that. All the colors and stuff kind of blend together, and it can be hard to see things in the heat of battle. Ugh. That's fine. Took a lot more damage on that than I would have liked. Which is why I cannot emphasize enough that poison really, really, really sucks. But I'm making coin, and let's go for a palm.
Always a pleasure, Charon.
Attack damage, critical chance, will go attack damage again. Really getting diminishing returns on, like, I think the first one of those upgrades gave me like a 30% boost. And that was only 16. Let's go Aphrodite, even though it's going to be harder enemies. I might be able to get Aphrodite's legendary boon at this point, because I must have like 3 or 4 of her by now. Even after I find the Cerberus item, I can continue to explore through these and, you know, do runs of them to get golden rewards, but there won't be that guaranteed heal at the end, and I do not want to go... I want to go into Hades having as much life as possible. So I always stop after that, after I find the stuff. So with all these motherfuckers just over there, I'm just going to poke them. I got the range, it's no big deal. Let's throw my shit. Yeah, fuck them. That's why. Okay, so darn, this is the stuff we need, so kind of have to cash out early. Weak effects are more potent, weak afflicted flows are more susceptible to damage and cast. I honestly don't remember what I even, like, exactly what I'm doing to apply weak, or if it's just my attack or not, so we're gonna do that. Drink the forbidden juice, get that 3% attack buff, and then we're gonna go on to Hades. Gold will go away at the end of every run, so even though I don't super like Dionysus boons, there's no reason for me not to take one. Fuck it, damage resistance, there's no reason not to.
The prince persuades the underworld's ferocious guardian.
I'm not gonna make you fight your dog. That would be mean.
Bye for now, boy.
And then we get to the boss of the run. And it is always Hades. Hades also doesn't even have like any variance to him. He always behaves the same way.
Every blasted time.
I think Hades has a really good look in this. I mean, I think pretty much all the characters have really good looks, but I really like his armor, the cape, everything. The helmet. The crest on his helmet matches his beard. Just a ripped daddy. Oof. So, my most effective strategy I've found against Hades is literally just to try to kind of tank him out, and just deal as much damage as I possibly can, as fast as I can. And if it means taking some damage, then it means taking some damage. He has that... Oop! Don't like getting held. Oof. And now he's turning invisible. He's gonna, yep, do this horse shit. If I time my dash correctly, I can reduce the damage of his attack. And I'm trying to do that, and I don't think I'm doing a very good job. If I can stick him with these casts, I'll deal a little bit of extra damage to him, so I'll try to get those in him. Still getting the backstab buff there. I think I was able to avoid the damage. The deflect isn't like super OP because you can, since you can tie it to a dash, it could get kind of out of hand very, very quickly. Okay. Ugh. Having the reduced dash distance is a little annoying. But if I don't kill these skulls, they do a big explosive thing that really, really sucks. Okay. Oh, we get him to the end. There we go. I beat it. There we go. That's Hades. But it isn't. This is his actual final form. Oh, shit. He's gonna do that laser. Just gotta hide behind there. Stick him with the shit again. That extra backstab damage might actually be really paying off. Maybe it is a good thing I took that. I don't want to like call it too early or anything, but the fact that I've made it this far without needing to, and I'm just now using my first Death Defy, means I'm probably going to win this run, but stuff can get out of hand fast, so I don't want to say that it's wrapped up yet. I'm not going to just stop trying. Fuck. These jars will do AoE grabbies, but it's better to get hit with an AoE grabby than to get hit with those fucking lasers. Ugh, fuck. The lasers suck. Shit. Okay, well that triggers the Dionysus boon, so I'm taking at least a little bit of less damage now. If I beat this, this will be... Fuck. This will be my first win with the spear, so that's really cool. The sword and the spear, you can more or less play the game the same way, where at least when I'm doing it's a lot of dash strikes and backstabbing. Yeah, I think I'm... Wow, actually got that on a really shitty mistake opening run. And it gives me a summary, like, does it say how many fucking total clears? So let's say that's my 5th clear. I'm on a streak of 2. I would have sworn I beat this game more than 5 times already, but clearly not. So after you beat Hades, you'll walk on through this little nice scenic area as you have escaped the underworld, as is your goal. And your entire goal is you are trying to escape hell to go see your mommy. But whenever you make it up to her, basically you are bound to the underworld and you can't leave it for that long of time. So you battle your way out, and then you get more of the kind of larger, the story at large here when you talk to Persephone. This is when the plotline kind of gets advanced in a major way, outside of just the little character arcs. And it's pretty good stuff. Like it's one of those things where it's like I'm not sure like how many times I have to beat this before like maybe I think there might be more to this than meets the eye, at least initially.
Does Hades know of this?
He does. Both he and Nyx.
but also it could very well not be. I might be giving it more credit than it deserves.
And Olympus is helping you. But they don't know.
But also, it's like I'm not sure if I beat this game really quickly compared to most people, because I've seen a lot of chatter online where it's taking people like 50, 60, 70 runs to clear it, and it's like it took me fucking 12 or something, but I'm
That would explain a lot.
pretty decent at the video games and pretty good at roguelikes on top of that.
Oh, it seems we'll have to.
So it's hard to say for sure. But yeah, then everything will always result in you eventually dying. So let's go check out your house. And then I'll do another run with a different weapon. Show Matt the gun.
Well, this is going to be awkward.
So when you get to the hub after every single run, you can run around and talk to the NPCs. This is Hypnos. He's great. She's great. Him. Yeah, I believe it's a dude. It's hard to tell with a lot of them, especially because of the way they sound.
Anymore since you betrayed his trust and tried to run away from home. Sorry.
But the characters are just really colorful and great. This is Achilles, of heel fame. I like him quite a bit. I'm trying to max out my relationship with him, going hard on that. I'm not sure what all comes from maxing out relationships with everyone. It seemed to kind of give me a hint. Oh, you can also, this is one of the, you can pet the dog in this. You can pet the three-headed dog. The game kind of told me a thing earlier where it seemed to indicate that there's like not any tangible reward for increasing your relationship with everyone past the first step, which may be true, or that's just what they want you to think. So yeah, I kicked my dad's ass and he's still pissed off at me. These are people who I can spend the different currencies to get more permanent upgrades, or some aesthetic upgrades. I honestly don't fuck with that much. Because none of the upgrades are that good.
My mother was quite concerned.
No, there was not. She has been in danger.
But they do a really good job making this hub feel like a real, like, living place with all of the different gods and demigods, and they're all really compelling to talk to, and I don't think there's a single one of them I don't like. I was really hoping Dusa was going to be about, as she is maybe my favorite of the side characters. She is adorable. She is a Medusa head that is also the maid, and she crushes hard on Zagreus, and she's super adorable, and I love her. This is the like trading post where you can trade out all the different currencies for other currencies. So I'm trading keys for nectar because I just don't fucking need keys. Then I can trade 10 nectar for a diamond, diamonds for ambrosia, titans, yeah, different things there depending on kind of what I need. And right now I'm wanting Titan's blood. That is what lets me do weapon upgrades, but I'm gonna go over here and spend my darkness currency. Not a whole lot I can do. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just keep increasing Olympian favor because I'm not sure when that'll max out. Fated Authority lets me re-roll rooms, but it's really expensive, and I don't find the re-rolls to be really that useful. Infernal Soul gives me extra casts. I just don't use casts, so none of those are really that useful to me. You can re-roll, or not re-roll, reallocate those stat points though, which is nice. This is Skelly. He is my butler, and I can attack him. All I want to test my weapons on him. So I'm going to properly equip the Thunder Signet this time. These are the 6 different weapons. I'm sure they're going to add more. The shield is my favorite, as you can like throw it and have it just kind of go out like that, and then you can have it return to you, and it will kind of go around doing AoE stuff while you faff about and continue to attack. That was the weapon I beat the game with the first time. I like it quite a bit. Here's your basic bitch sword, the spear, which I just did, the bow, which is probably my least favorite weapon. People online seem to like it a whole awful lot. I just don't get it, I guess. Whatever. These are the punchers. I do not, I mean, they're okay. I think I might like them more than the sword, but I don't think I like them more than the spear. But they're alright. This is the gun. So you have to reload it. It has a lob shot, but that's kind of how it works. I can upgrade it to give it more ammo, which, fuck it, let's give it some ammo. I'm not using that shit for much else, and I like the gun, so it's not like it's a waste or anything. So that gives me 24 shots before I need to reload. I have beaten the game with the gun before, so this is that kind of like heat system I was talking about. Under Heat 1, I have already gotten Titan's Blood and a Diamond, but that's as far as I've gotten. I haven't managed to beat the heroes using the rail on Heat 1 yet. So I could knock it up to Heat 2. Oh, no, so, okay. So even if I knock it up to Heat 2, it's not going to let me unlock that stuff until I complete the Heat 1. And I have found damage control to be probably the least additionally difficult element, but, I mean, there's some really brutal ones here, like just foes dealing 20% damage per rank, all sorts of kind of nightmarish things. Damage control, it's like, okay, it eats one hit on your shit. This one putting the timer on it, choices on bits. Like it seems like it can get really, really hard as you get into later things, but I also haven't found a reason, I guess, that I'm wanting to accrue that much of the additional currencies.
Blood and darkness. It's a curse, boy.
But maybe if I play more, then that will become obvious to me. And see, that's the other thing, is like I'm not sure how much more content there is to this game. Since I beat it so early, it's really throwing me off.
Blood and darkness, well indeed.
Okay, so because I took the Zeus thing, that will pretty much always guarantee this first thing to be a Zeus boon. And my favorite Zeus boon is the... Damn, it's actually not any of these. That really sucks. I'm going to go with the Thunder Dash, because it's still pretty useful. I will end up with that other Zeus boon that I want. Oh, gotta stop firing to reload. The reload is something I never quite get used to. Yes, Sean, I won during that run while you were a pisshoggin'. But we'll see if I can maybe win this one. I have won on heat runs before, but I've done it with the shield, which, again, is my favorite weapon. Aphrodite or Palm. I'm going to go Palm. Aphrodite boons are okay. Like, I realized I actually had a very productive run last time going heavily in on Aphrodite, but they are not my favorites. I like Zeus boons, I like Athena boons, and I like Artemis boons. Poseidon's also pretty good. Weren't pissing. We're all pissing. Either get busy pissing or you get busy dying, Sean. Everyone knows that. So I only have the one option to upgrade. So Nectar or Gems. Gems let me purchase house upgrades. I'll go with the Nectar. I'm building up a decent supply of Nectar. I need to actually just start using it on more people. But it's like I want to make sure I have it for the people I really like, which... I've done a lot of stuff with Chaos and Dusa and Achilles, but I should probably, like, actually just spend it a little more freely, as I usually get at least two a run or so. Thanatos is kind of specific when you can do stuff with him, so I always try to catch his out whenever I can. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's more that I just kind of don't know about this game or not. I've been reluctant to go and research stuff about it, as I find it to be pretty compelling on its own. Like, again, it's like I'm having a good time with it. I don't feel the need to look things up to be more motivated to play it. And it has admittedly been a few days since I have last hopped on here, but since people were asking about it, figured that would be... I'll just fucking stream it and show you guys, as it's hard for me to, I guess, explain why I think that this particular rogue... Like, because, I mean, I'm recommending fucking roguelikes every goddamn day. And I think if I just say narrative-driven one, but also the gameplay's good, it's a harder sell. But I'm hoping that I'm, like, demonstrating this and just showing that, like, hey, this is... just, like... Hopefully it should just, like, look fun. I think it looked fun as hell, but I also I wouldn't even say a historic like Supergiant games. I just really, really like Bastion a lot. And this is kind of the first game that they have done that I think has gotten close to that. So let's see here. Foes will drop bombs afterwards. That's for 20% chance of rare better boons. That'd give me like a total of like 50% rare better, which is okay. 68 life, but the attack restriction's really rough. I'm gonna... Oh, man. You know what? Fuck it. Let's get spicy.
Let's see how this goes.
I'm only going to be able to do my special and my cast. Well, I guess I can do my attack, but I will die really, really quickly. So these gems are, like, these red gems are my cast ability. I have just never been particularly enamored with cast. It's not like you can just, like, kind of fire 2 and then they recharge. They get stuck into an enemy, and you'll deal more damage while they're stuck into an enemy, so it applies, you know, like, it gives you a buff when you're doing that. But you have to kill the enemy to get them back, so I just find them to be they're not reliable for bosses at all. Because if you stick 2 in a boss, then you have to wait a really long time for them to pop back out, and I'm not dying to the little rooms here, so I want to be as good as I can be for bosses, specifically Hades, because if I'm going to die, it's probably going to be to Hades. Shop or Poseidon. Poseidon's got some good fucking boons, so we're going to go do Poseidon. Poseidon also is cool. Who the fuck? Someone... I think it's the narrator from Bastion is the same voice actor for Poseidon, I think. Supergiant does a lot of their kind of the rareware method where they have a bunch of, like, everyone on their staff does voice work for all of the games. This guy teleporting around makes it really hard to hit with my lob. But just to put in perspective how much damage I would take, that was it will fuck me up so quickly with this particular gun. Like, it wouldn't be good on any weapon of mine, but the gun especially being a, like, rapid fire thing. So I'm just trying to hit him with the lightning dash and cast. Okay, there we go. So let's get a Poseidon boon. Poseidon's stuff usually revolves around splash damage and knockback.
You near the surface, little Hades? As your father's turf.
So let's see, cast, don't care. Assortment of just stuff, that's okay, but that's not gonna help me beat this game. Neither is that. But this is gonna pay off in the longer term. So we'll go with that. Keys or darkness? We'll go darkness. Not getting a lot of, like, actual upgrades to me this run, which is not a good sign. I'm not sure if there is, like, something under the hood that kind of, like, restricts what you get because it wants you to die or not. Because again, if it wants you to do the narrative stuff, you are encouraged to die a lot, because that's what resets your ability to talk to more people. So I've just kind of had this, like, sinking feeling just based off of some of my runs that there's some kind of, like, algorithm that will stack it against you more or less, because if they just give you more currencies or things to upgrade yourself outside of runs as opposed to boons, you will just be weak and die. But again, it's like I haven't, like, looked up hard numbers. That could just be me with a tinfoil toga running around through here crying for a conspiracy theory. But okay, so I can use my attack again. What's in the shop? Nothing I want. Those aren't bad ways to get more health, I've found. But it's just not worth it. I don't need health that badly. Not yet. There's a fountain that is in between floors, so with where I'm at now, I'm still doing all right on health. Besides, it's like I probably will not be dying to the first boss. Oh, I should have gotten myself a drinkage before doing this. Maybe after I die on this run, I'll get myself a tasty beverage. Tasty Diet Coke, probably. A little late for me to be drinking a kickstart. So I have to get up early-ish tomorrow, as having someone coming over to do some gardening work. But it's free gardening work, so not gonna... Sean, you son of a bitch. Just noticed that you're getting out of here. My muse, Sean. I needed you. I'll miss you the most, Scarecrow. I think the gun's pretty fun just because of the way that it auto-locks on. You can kind of just zip around while shooting. It's pretty fun, and so my choices are gems or darkness. I'm actually going to do gems, honestly. Under most situations. I would honestly probably do darkness, but I haven't been doing that many house upgrades, so I'm going to maybe do a little bit more with that. But not giving me a boon is not great. I really want boons. Boons are bust, baby. It's okay, Matt. Don't take it personally. I say that about all the girls. I'm also not super sure to like what degree you can have like different play styles in this. Like, I mean, my stuff is pretty just dash around and attack, because that's my name. Gems, yeah, fuck it, I'll get some bonus gems. Why not? This run's not going great.
You shall regret this.
So these chests are like little time-sensitive challenges. It will spawn some enemies, and then depending on how fast you kill them, you will get more of whatever the like reward is. So in this case, it's gems. So as time goes on, I'm going to earn fewer and fewer. So by the end of it, I only got 16 out of like 50 or so that it started with. Or maybe it wasn't 50, maybe it was less, 30. So this will be a health upgrade. Ugh. These like skull things spawn more skulls. So I'm trying to kill them first. This does the Doom thing of like combat chests really well. But there's really not that many enemies, but just the way it can load in different arrangements of them in different arranged rooms. You're having to do that kind of constant threat assessment that I really, really enjoy. But I feel like you very seldomly get more than like 3 or so enemy types in a room. I wish it would maybe get a little more crazy with that. But since it restricts the enemies that you get based on the floor that you're on, damn, as much as I would like to go to a shop and spend all this money, the hammer should never, ever, ever be passed on. And lucked out. No combat. Okay, attack is faster, gain more bullets. Targeted by special, moves slower, and attack pierces and deals more armor. Both of these are good. Let's try pierces first. I haven't done that one before. And now we're going to go to the boss, because I've already beaten the boss. I will not be able to earn more Titan's blood, and it will just give me darkness instead. So this is one of the variants on the first boss. She operates with this like anger meter. So the more damage she takes, like farther the fight goes, she is going to build up this rage meter, which is going to just kind of have her go ape at the very end. She also has different bullet patterns and a few different few minor differences with her attack patterns compared to like Megara or the third variant, who I don't remember her name, but she just says murder all the time. Oof. This is going okay though. Fortunately, the rifle here lets me play a much more defensive game than if I was using the spear like I was, where I'm getting a lot more kind of up close and personal. But she's now maxed out her rage, so she's doing a lot more stuff, being more aggressive. I just need to kind of hop away from her, manage my reloads, manage my dodges. But it's fine. It's like I could theoretically die on the opening boss.
See you
Doesn't
later.
usually happen, but first time for everything. So get that heal. Just gonna stick with the Zeus stuff. Gold for gems, nah. And yeah, I've only got those 2 fucking boons. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get some more Zeus stuff. Zeus normally gives like this chain lightning thing to your attack, which helps a considerable amount for clearing out large rooms of enemies. I find Zeus's stuff to bar fucking none be the most useful upgrades. Hermes ones are pretty good too. I don't mind a Hermes upgrade. You can get shit canned on some Hermes stuff sometimes, but usually they're pretty good. You can kind of shit can on any of the gods like I did on that first Zeus one, but it happens. It's a roguelike. Sometimes you get hosed. So these skelly boys will shoot like those ranged wave attacks. I don't have any kind of like deflect or anything like I did last run. Having that deflect on my dash was really, really nice. So let's see, what's Hermes gonna give me? I can dash an extra 3 times in a row. That's really fucking nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. So this is gonna take me to oh fucking what's her name? I'm spacing on my fucking Greek mythology. Eurydice, yes. Fucking Orpheus's girlfriend, Orpheus's muse, Orpheus being the court musician. There's like some kind of bad relationship stuff happening between fucking her and Orpheus right now. But she will always give me the option of these 3 upgrades. Upgraded rarity on my next boons, 4 random boons getting leveled up, or 2 boons getting a rarity upgrade. I pretty much always go with the next boons being of better stuff. Just because I think it's the most overall useful, because again, every single run of this that I do, I'm playing for the end game. Like I'm doing this to beat Hades, because if I wasn't going to make it to Hades anyway, then the run doesn't matter. I play all roguelikes as though whatever I've got I'm going to take to the end of the game. I don't ever take things for the moment, and maybe that's caused me to lose more runs than it is saved, but I just find it always go for the end game. Don't ever take something that is beneficial for the moment. Always try to have a lasting impact with your choices. Fuck. That being said, that armor thing I thought was going to pay off a lot better than it has. Oof.
Some nectar there.
Anything good? Shop or Poseidon? Go Poseidon. The shop's fine, but like there will always be shops. And the way I'm getting canned so hard on fucking boons, I need to do everything I can. There would be a boon in the shop no matter what. There'd be a boon, a palm, and and some extra health. But not knowing what the boon would be, like I'd rather go with Poseidon, because the Poseidon stuff is still probably gonna be at least kind of useful. One thing unfortunate that I don't think I'm going to need to highlight super well with this, because I'm talking over it, is the music in this game is absolutely stupendous. It reminds me of if Bastion's soundtrack was Doom. I don't know if that's me just kind of like subconsciously comparing the hell motifs between them, but it's got a lot of that like fuck, I don't even know, like the fucking medieval-ass minstrel-type music, but then also some, like, heavy bass and guitar. That's just really, really nice. I like it quite a bit. Fucking Darren Korb, usually, I mean, it's like he's knocked out of the park in every single one of Supergiant's games on the soundtracks. But let's see, cast, attack, oh, fuck it, okay, 40% attack damage is going to knock people away. So let's see how that pans out. I think that the knockback, it's one of those things, like, if I'm knocking things out of my own range, it kind of sucks. But it also will make them take extra damage if I can knock them into a wall. So it's not completely terrible. But having the gun, since I'm already kind of fighting them at a range, like, I don't want to get them kind of too far away from me. But I'm mostly doing it for the attack damage. And they've been so stingy with boons this run that I just kind of got to work with it. I'm not playing. I don't think this run ends with me winning. Maybe it does, but probably not. Yeah, these are some fucking slammy jams. They jump in the air and then slam down on you. You know, they do that video game enemy thing. Fuck, this sucks. I'm using a thing that's supposed to give me more Zeus boons, and it is just not, it's not coming through for me. And a shop. Okay, well, it's got a decent amount of money built up for the shop, and there is the shop after the 3rd chapter, but I have to make it that far in order to really make use of it. Aphrodite boon, just dog shit, all this. Cast, life, God. Fuck it. We ball. Go on, Charon. You're just gonna gurgle at me. I've got all this fucking nectar. Might as well use it on someone. You're always there for me, buddy. I wonder if, like, giving him more will give me better shop prices. That seems like something a video game would do.
You look positively smashing.
So this is one of those things where, unfortunately, the knockback from the Poseidon boon is not going to be very useful, as the boss is in a fixed position. But the attack damage is at least a little bit helpful. Should stick him with a bit of cast first. Bone Hydra, at least, pretty susceptible to the lob shot, as it is always, it pretty much is always in range for the radius if you shoot it at it. It doesn't really move around that much. Gotta get all those fucking dashes. I can dash like a jillion times. Frame rate's chugging a bit here. I am playing this on the Nintendo Switch. It largely does a good job, given how hectic things can get sometimes. I'm sure a PC would be better, but I think that the Switch version is a completely fine port of it. Like, the screen doesn't get that hectic too often, and even then, they're minor chugs. We're not talking about, like, dropping to fucking 10s or 20s or anything. This game just runs well. Looks good. They can only expect so much from the Switch. Oof. At least I've got that thunder on my dash, and I can dash a jillion times. That is my one saving grace, but only one person's still watching. If that one person happens to be Zane, then he can see how much worse this run is going for me by comparison to that spear run. Just trying to dodge around and get thunder triggers at this point. That's the other thing I mean about the bosses, like having their minor differences. This one has that thing that's causing like all of these to drop, whereas the one I fought on my spear run did not do that. Oof. Just kind of rocking my thumb across the two buttons. I'm always dodging. So Hydra down, I've beaten Hydra on this heat with this weapon, so I'm just getting some extra darkness. At least it's a pretty fat wad of darkness. Getting that, like, Hades boost, or not Hades, Poseidon boost. Fortunately.
We'll have you back here.
I almost feel like I should switch off of this Zeus thing, because it's clearly not paying off for me, but I'm going to keep going with it.
Let's think about this.
Again, this run's going so badly, I'm not expecting to finish it. But I said that about the last one as well. But now there's actually something at stake. If I can manage to beat the heroes, I will get some ambrosia, which I've not found a use for yet, but I've been reluctant to trade it at the trading post, as it is not easy to get more of. God, I took the thing that helps against armor, and then there's just no armored enemies. Let's see what this hammer can do for me. I've had some decent hammers on previous runs using the assault rifle. Some of them making so I just don't even have to reload anymore. There also is a manual reload button on it, but I do not remember what it is, and I never use it. I always just go until I empty the clip, dash around, reload. The reload's pretty quick on it. Okay, hammer, what you got for me? Tags a 3-round box. That's one that never has to reload. Especially becomes a rocket. So it's 300 base damage. Honestly, I think I'm going to go with this, because now I can just hold down the button. And life or shop. Let's go shop. Try to get a boon. Wait, what? Oh, this might have just been the coin, and I was thinking it was a shop. Well, if it's a coin, then I'm definitely glad I took it over health. So now I really can just kind of focus on dodging attacks, just hold down the, these little chariot dudes are annoying for pretty much every weapon except the one I'm using right now, which is fortunate. They rush at you and explode, and like even if you hit them, you can kill them, they'll still explode and deal damage. Yeah, 160. So shop or more coin. Let's see, can I buy anything useful from here?
Something I need.
I cannot. Let's go to the shop like I meant to do. Charon, what you got? Dog shit. Hate it. Cast. Shit. Produce damage. Fuck it. This run is going badly. Karen, you got a herbal at me right now. Thank you, Charon.
I'm sorry, mate. I meant you no offense.
Poison on. Fuck it. Oh, okay. So, on occasion, you can fight the Minotaur in one of these like mini boss chambers. You only have to deal 75% of his health bar, but he's still pretty tough and can definitely eat up some damage. But then later, when I go to fight him, he will have taken 25% damage already, so it does make the boss a little bit easier, but it's still maybe not worth it with how badly he can fucking hurt in this room. But them's the breaks. I knew I was gonna get a hard enemy when going in here. and sometimes it's him. Backstab still applies, even when using the gun, which backstabbing was something I didn't really touch on too much. All of the weapons, you will always deal more damage doing backstabs than front stabs, but then there are boons and times where you will get an increased effect or something extra will happen when doing backstabs. But you should always be trying to like circle around and get behind enemies, both because enemies typically attack to the front, but then also getting that damage boost. Yeah, I'm just kind of eating it on this last phase. He's got some really like big, wide, sweeping attacks. Be a little tricky to avoid sometimes. Especially since I don't have that shield, that reflect dash. That reflect dash is legit one of the most useful boons in the game, in my opinion, especially with a dash heavy playstyle like I use. Like if I'm dashing around enough, I can just kind of be invincible. The first run I ever won of this was when I had like the Hermes +3 dashes and then had the dash protection. Special bullshit. Call and boons. Fuck it. The call is a thing I did not get a chance to demonstrate on the last run. But it gives me like a special meter. Then when I build it up, I can pop it at different points to, let's see, I've used no Death Defiance. Yeah, fuck it. I'll take the attack boon because I'm going to have to fight the boss within the next thing. Oh, finally, giving me a Zeus boon. Better Nate than Lever, I suppose. Fighting against Zeus is really annoying, but I would have taken him even if it wasn't. So Cast, Revenge, and Jolted. None of those are the things I wanted. Improvising. This run is not going great. But at least, so now, like, when enemies do get hit with my Thunder Dash, they're going to be stunned. Which is helpful, obviously. It'd be nicer if I had more Zeus shit. But the gods do not smile upon me. Instead, just give me all this fucking poison on shit. Special cast. And... fuck it. I'll go with the special. Palm or life. Let's go life. Oh. So these guys being able to just flat out negate my first hit. Ooh, okay, frame rate. Frame rate getting a little not great here, spawning all these like little dudes, all these traps and everything. I hate these little dudes. Nothing good about them. So I've now built up 1 meter of call. The call meter refreshes each room, so there's not a whole reason not to use it when you have it. But Poseidon's gives me like this little dash for a couple seconds, makes me invincible, and whenever I run into enemies, they take like a chunk of damage, so I can... Here it's about to be replenished again. I'll just run up to that guy, smash into him, dealt pretty decent amount of damage, but also makes me invulnerable. The invulnerability is the thing I really like about it. I can abuse that when fighting Hades, not 0 amount. There we go. Get some life. Anything I want to sell. Not enough. Ares or Hermes. Let's go Hermes. I don't even really know what I'm hoping for at this point. Ares probably would have been the smart choice. And Thanatos. So we'll do one of these. That'll give me a little bit of extra health. That's not the worst thing that could happen. God, Thanatos has more kills than me at any point. That's sad. It's going to be the first time I ever lose to him? It's harder for me to kill those. I guess I'm ultimately just kind of dealing less damage. I'm making up on defensive capabilities, so actually this is a really advantageous situation for Than. He might come away with this one. But we'll see. It's like he does those. He does large amounts of one thing damage. Huh, that's the first time I've ever lost to him. How about that? Cast, recovery, and yeah, the recovery's pretty decent. I'll still give him a little bit of the drink.
Doing this, Zag. You picked sides and things are not the same. A momentary step.
We've been through a lot, Vet.
What are you doing back here?
I did, but I had to come back.
Visiting from time to
It's my mother. She's alive and well.
I see. Well then, that's good.
I know what you mean.
Shop or Hades, or not Hades, Ares. Going shop. Because I don't particularly like Ares boons. Artem, God, just this sucks so much. Fuck it. Critical. Let's buy that, and let's buy that. Because there's a good chance I don't beat the boss right here. So I want to try to cash out everything that I can. So Minotaur, because we fought earlier, has reduced health. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of control over who I'm shooting at. So any time where Theseus and the Minotaur are nearby each other like that, I'm kind of just am at the mercy of the game on who I'm targeting. But since they stay apart most of the time, it's really not that big a deal. Build up the god gauge. If you let the god gauge get to the maximum amount before popping, you'll get like a better effect, but that's not... I have found that at least with Poseidon's, that's really not the one you want to do. His seems to be a quantity over quantity, or quantity over quality that you want to be doing. But it's fine. Maybe I will actually come around from this. Theseus is tricky because he has the shield. The shield is a pretty good foil to the gun. Oh, I just got a critical hit off of that Poseidon thing. That's very useful. So I can try to use the like lob shot to fuck with Theseus, like get around his shield, but it's not super reliable. Shots. And who is Dionysus? Okay. Don't like Dionysus anyways. Get my Death Defiance. Get a couple Poseidon hits in, and there we go. Walk away with some ambrosia from a trouble.
What a loud mouth. Good stuff.
Oh,
Hope you enjoyed the show.
not giving me my Zeus shit, but still not doing that bad. Because I'm at the end, I'm gonna trade out properly for the Lucky Tooth so that I have an extra Death Defy. And we'll pay 200 to replenish the other one. If I'm making it this far, I'm gonna go for broke.
I can do this. I can do this.
I thought I would die by now anyway. The gun works pretty decently against Hades anyway because you can stay away from his a lot of his attacks. Of course, there's my fucking Zeus boon in the store for 450 smackers. Do a little bit of fishing while I'm here. Fish can be sold for gems. And there's no downside for going for them. And fishing minigames are always a good thing. So no Zeus over here, unfortunately. Let's go for Poseidon.
This way.
Oh, fuck. Looking down at the chat. Gotta drink the jungle juice now. That poison, it's no joke. I have an one of the like main character upgrades lets you heal when you enter a room, so I do heal 3 life every room, which is a nice, I guess, small incremental thing, but like it's nice to have, but it's not super fantastic, but it's a nice little thing. It definitely adds up over time. Anytime there's like a do something anytime you enter a room, it's a pretty good thing to have. Like the gold on that last run really fucking paid off in spades. And the earlier you get something like that, the better, obviously. So you go through a lot of fucking rooms on a run. So it's like I probably got a solid fucking 400 or 500 gold just off that last run. Probably end up with like a whole extra life worth of stuff from the 3 every room on this. Well, it would be cool if I could get 3 fucking clears in a row. That would be a nice thing to have. I should probably use this Poseidon bullshit. Yeah, fuck you guys. Bowling pin, you motherfuckers. The lasers can deal a lot of damage, but they're much less annoying than the poison, so I almost welcome getting those laser boys. What do we got? Cast, assortment of shit, and call lasts longer. Fuck it. We ball.
Power of the sea.
I really didn't like any of those other things. I was hoping to get some gold that I could spend to get a Zeus boon down here. So we'll see if I can end up affording that. We'll go for the gold next.
This one, I guess.
Oh yeah, the enemies here are like rats, little like machines, and then these are satyrs. I'm attempting to steal some shit from satyrs. Gain 20. Ooh, that's not bad. What are the odds? So I'm going to get 100 gold at the end of this regardless. I need to 389. I need to get to 450. And then what's a Zeus bin? Honestly, this is probably the smarter choice. Make me think for a minute, though, and that's good. Meaningful choices in video games.
It's no use.
Wowie zowie. Maybe I can walk away with a win on this. Having all 4 things at Depthify certainly raises my confidence. Like, there's a few things that you can't achieve with fucking like over 1,000 health. Again, even I'm just tanking everything Hades throws at me, but a room like this with these big rats and these saw blades can fuck me up if I'm not careful. Come on, let me drink the juice. Give me the juice. Stay away from them. Stay away from that poison vent on the floor. The rats put poison on the ground. The poison vents put poison on the ground. The satyrs can poison you. There's also these saw blades. It just sucks. Oh, yeah, I didn't really, because I haven't demonstrated that, but I can control where the blast goes. Just don't. Because it will lock onto something whenever I fire it. Honestly, it usually leads more to bad things than good things. Go for the heart. 125. Or Zeus boon. Aphrodite boon's probably not going to get me anywhere. So let's go with health boon and easier enemies. Let's just see where it goes. Anything I want to sell? No, not at those prices. Not those boons for those prices. What? Almost no fucking boons anyway. Admittedly, extra dashes and the lightning on dashes is decent. Like 3 extra dashes is a good thing on any run to have. Okay. Jungle juice. Yeah, fuck this guy. Don't want to walk in the acid and get poisoned. Wow, okay. And we are at the end. Well, gotta cash out the money. Don't have enough for the zoo spin, so we'll get health. We'll get a palm. Fuck it, we'll do that. That's all we can do. And we'll just be okay with losing 206 gold. That's a not zero amount of health. Like maybe this will work out. Maybe I was a little too pessimistic about the run.
I owe you one, boy. Father.
To think Olympus has been aiding you. You must be so great.
Yeah, about that.
I feel like when the God of War games were in their heyday, like 1 through 3, not say that newest one didn't do pretty good gangbusters, or do gangbusters with sales, but it's not going to help me demonstrate my point. But I feel like a lot of Greek shit kind of got played out there for a while. I feel like it was showing up a decent amount of movies, the fucking God of War franchise, obviously. And now I feel like everything's about fucking like Norse shit and Viking shit now. And I don't know, this kind of return to the Greek pantheon has been nice. I think Greeks have some cool ass gods and shit. I think that there's a lot of fun stuff to do with them. And I really enjoyed, again, I've really enjoyed the writing and the characters that this has brought about. And I guess I'm certainly no fucking Greek mythology scholar, but so I can't speak to like how accurate of portrayals this has, but I'm certainly enjoying it. Oh, that's an attack I've never seen him do before. I wonder if the more runs of this I do, he gets new attacks or something. That'd be cool. Where are you, fucking shrivelly old nutsack? I am the future. I'm gonna kill my dad and then do a fucking Fortnite dance on his body. He doesn't understand. I can also use the Poisonon's Call to fucking get in there and do some pretty good damage on him with it. I'm not huge on most of the calls, but Poseidon's is pretty fucking good. Both for the invincibility and for just the, I'm gonna hit you a couple times. Yeah, this is a new attack. I've never seen him do this before. Huh. Ugh. Let those skulls go for too long. And I still haven't lost a fucking Death Defy, given the second phase is where shit really gets hairy, but I think I've got enough of a defensive strategy here that I can kind of do okay. God, a fucking Hades where I never win. That's hellish, but a fucking Hades where I'm always winning. I think it's the problem with roguelikes is if you start looping on them and just doing, again, this would be my third consecutive victory on here if I actually can pull this off. Maybe I'm getting too excited too early. But I don't know, it's like I want these to kick my dick in most of the time. I want the wins to really feel feel like I accomplished something. And I think a difficulty at that level where you want it to be like really hard, but not so hard, is a really, really tough thing to manage. Like, when I was playing Spelunky 2, I felt like it was maybe too hard. At least, you know, in comparison to like the first one, which I love a whole awful lot. I don't know, second one just wasn't doing it for me as much. I'm at the point with fucking Nuclear Throne where it's not about beating that game anymore. It's about seeing how far I can go, given infinite levels. Like Nuclear Throne beating Nuclear Throne is not beating Nuclear Throne. It's all about just doing dailies. I'm in a similar situation with Slay the Spire right now, where I'm kind of just getting on and doing the dailies, because their daily seeds are pretty fun to do. God, I'm not even gonna use a fucking Death Defy on this motherfucker, am I? Oh, fucking... Speak of the devil. Almost didn't have to.
Blast you, boy. Ungrateful.
By my father's
It's like they go to the trouble of tracking your streak.
not now.
I should probably take the Titan's blood. Well, let's see what Persephone has to say, and then I'll probably call it on this. I was mostly just doing this to try to convince a couple people to maybe buy Hades, and not sure if I succeeded in that or not, but this is a fun game. Like, even if I'm winning a whole bunch, it's the minute to minute is still just very entertaining to do.
Consequences.
That fool is trying to protect me even now. It wasn't he who absconded with me, my son.
I dare not ask who did bring you to father then. So essentially you ran away from home to live with him.
We have a tendency to be impetuous when we are younger, Zagreus. I heard all about your father before we met.
So, then you secretly left Mount Olympus to be with the god of the dead in the underworld, and Olympus never found out. What?
I think there would be war between Olympus and your father, Zagreus, if they found out. Especially now.
So it makes sense. If father, he agrees with you and thinks...
I can see how your father, shrewd but...
Yeah, the story in this is good. Like, it's interesting. I find it, in addition to the character writing, I'm curious to do it over and over. I'm curious how many times it takes before it ends. Like, they can only write so much dialogue ultimately. But yeah, that's 80s. I'm gonna hop around here and talk to my lads. Oh, Achilles is gone. Oh. Thanatos, what do you got going on?
You know, Persephone,
He never spoke of her to me.
it's not like that.
Something tells me father would...
Oh, how could he? You
What's up, Dick?
You had a run-in with him?
How long have you been waiting to use that line, father?
You give me too much credit, boy.
He's working for you, isn't he?
Most in Elysium jump at the opportunity to do.
Anything I want to buy out of here? This thing down here. Get rid of Erebus. I think that might be something. I should probably buy that.
Pray tell me something, Zagreus. How is she lately?
She's all right,
Orpheus is simping hard for a dryad. We've all been there.
I wanted.
You're not making this easy.
Who among us can say that we haven't simped for a dryad?
She did not feel that she belonged.
A war.
You do not know.
You've said more than enough.
Oh, fuck yeah, Deuce is here.
I heard you finally made it out.
Long story, but yeah,
So you're going back out there again.
it is.
Saw my fish.
Look at what I got, Chef.
Gonna give me some gems, then I'm gonna talk to my girlfriend. And give her a present.
Dusa, you must work harder than anyone in this house, keeping everything.
Oh, Prince, wow, thank you
I love her.
so much.
She's amazing.
Generous. I think I'm speechless.
Oh, you said it all. Don't.
I'm glad we've had
I also really, really like her, like, exit.
Thanks for the next.
Yep, she just fucking zooms off to the sky. I love it.
I've come for
Dusa, don't ever stop. Don't. Just keep doing what you're doing. So I can trade 15 keys for some Titan's blood. Do I have any keys right now? I don't think that I do. I try not to. Keys are quite useless to me at this point in the game. Spend my shit. Oh, fuck. That's not what I meant to buy. I wanted to buy more of that.
more darkness.
I'm curious how high that goes. A lot of the other things seem to max out after a certain amount of time. But brings us back to my skeleton butler and the armory. And that's where I'm going to call it, I think. A nice little stream here. Love this overlay. Gonna try to work that into more aspects of my life. I'd like to stream more in theory, but it's somewhat awkward talking to a void about anything. Like, as much as I like doing the Let's Play format, is even if I'm talking at someone, it's still talking at someone. Whereas I don't have that with this. It just kind of feels awkward. I'm just saying my thoughts out loud. And it really does a number on my throat as well. Like, we're only going for about 2 hours on this, but I feel my throat getting really scratchy. I guess I haven't really had anything to drink during this entire time, though. But still, that's Hades.